In recent years, the veil has started to lift on one of the most secretive and controlling religious groups, the Jehovah's Witnesses. While the Watchtower Society projects a pristine image to the outside world, a much darker, more controlling reality lurks within their tightly knit community. With the rise of social media, former members are now exposing the shocking, often bizarre, and oppressive practices that rule the lives of Jehovah's Witnesses. Most people are aware of their strange aversions to things like birthday celebrations, voting, and their harsh practices of disfellowshipping and shunning. But what many do not know is that the organization enforces a number of unwritten rules as well. These are policies that are not officially published in their doctrine, but they're followed and enforced as if they were law. These de facto rules are just as binding as their official teachings, and disobedience to these can lead to severe consequences like being marked or disfellowship, even though these practices have no biblical foundation. Let's take a look at 10 unofficial de facto rules that Jehovah's Witnesses enforce within their community, though you will not find them in any Watchtower publication. Number 1. Jehovah's Witnesses members are encouraged to tattle on one another to the elders. The Jehovah's Witnesses have fostered a culture of surveillance where members are expected to monitor and report each other's behavior to the elders. This isn't limited to serious moral failings, but extends to trivial or personal matters. Here's an example from the Watchtower Society.
May I talk to you about something that's been bothering me?
Sure.
Since I'm a new elder, I've been giving a lot of thought about whether I should speak up and tell you about something that recently happened on our body.
No! You snitch piece of shit!
You see, if a member fails to report on another, they too could be reprimanded or even disfellowshipped for withholding information. This encourages a culture of mistrust and fear, as private matters become fodder for congregation discipline. This culture of surveillance creates a system where loyalty to the organization is tested through acts of betrayal, fostering an atmosphere of paranoia within the community. Number 2. Jehovah's Witnesses are told to refrain from higher education. Jehovah's Witnesses are often discouraged from pursuing higher education. The rationale? The end is near. They are told that spending years in college would distract them from the urgent work of preparing for Armageddon. For decades, this belief has led many to forego education, trapping them in low-paying jobs and missing out on opportunities for personal and financial growth. While attending college won't technically get you disfellowshipped, doing so can easily result in you being marked, a form of internal shunning where the individual is closely watched and avoided within the congregation. Education is seen as worldly and a potential stumbling block that could lead to independent thinking, something the organization fears most. Number 3. Pressuring early baptism. Although the organization claims to allow members to make personal decisions about baptism, there is intense pressure on children, sometimes as young as 10 or 11 years old, to get baptized. While they proudly distance themselves from infant baptism, pushing young kids into making a lifelong commitment is not much better. Many of these children grow up and realize they don't believe in the teachings, but by that point, it's too late. If they try to leave, they're subjected to disfellowshipping and shunning, severing ties with their friends and family. The psychological damage of this policy is devastating, as those who choose to leave are left isolated, ostracized, and often emotionally tormented. Number 4. Avoiding charity work outside the organization. Jehovah's Witnesses often tout their disaster relief efforts, but there's a catch. They only help other Jehovah's Witnesses. When natural disasters strike, their aid exclusively gets directed toward members of the congregation. No matter how dire the circumstances are, non-witnesses will not receive assistance. Oddly enough, the organization does not prevent its members from benefiting from charities run by other Christian denominations. Poorer members are often sent to food banks or shelters, many run by Catholic or Protestant charities, to receive help, while at the same time denouncing these other faiths as false religion. Number 5. Discouraging personal Bible study without official Watchtower literature. Personal Bible study is deeply discouraged without the aid of Watchtower literature. The organization positions itself as the sole authority to interpret Scripture, and any attempt to study the Bible independently is considered spiritually dangerous. Members are taught that the Watchtower is the faithful, discreet slave appointed by God to provide spiritual food, so going outside of their materials is viewed as rebellion. Even reading other translations of the Bible is frowned upon. Jehovah's Witnesses are told that only their New World Translation is accurate, though they often claim to reference other versions. This is, in practice, rare and discouraged. Number 6. Strongly discouraging time-consuming hobbies. Jehovah's Witnesses believe that all time should be devoted to kingdom interests, meaning evangelizing or studying the Bible and Watchtower publications. Any hobby or pastime that consumes a significant amount of time is discouraged as spiritually dangerous. Whether it's sports, art, or even reading fiction books, members are told that these activities can take time away from more important spiritual pursuits. Even hobbies that aren't inherently sinful are often viewed with suspicion. The organization quotes scriptures about bad associations and time wasting, pushing members to limit their activities to those that serve the organization. Number 7. No public criticism of the organization. Jehovah's Witnesses are strictly prohibited from publicly criticizing the Watchtower organization, its leadership, or its teachings. Dissent is viewed as apostasy and is met with swift disciplinary action. Even questioning minor doctrinal points or expressing doubts can lead to disfellowshipping, as the organization expects complete loyalty from its members. This culture of silence ensures that many of the organization's issues, like child abuse cover-ups or doctrinal flip-flops, go unchallenged by its members, reinforcing a closed system where outside scrutiny is dismissed as persecution. Number 8. Discouraging therapy and counseling outside the organization. Jehovah's Witnesses discourage seeking professional therapy, particularly from non-witness counselors. Mental health issues are often dismissed as spiritual problems that can be solved by more prayer or service to the organization. The stigma around therapy has left many witnesses suffering in silence, unable to seek the mental health care they desperately need, while being told their struggles are due to a lack of faith or insufficient devotion. Number 9. Avoidance of close friendships with non-witness relatives. While Jehovah's Witnesses are taught to be polite and civil toward non-witness family members, forming close bonds or friendships with them is discouraged. The organization teaches that bad associations spoil useful habits, implying that even family members can lead a witness away from the faith. As a result, many witnesses have strained relationships with their unbelieving relatives, further isolating them within the closed Jehovah's Witnesses community and making it harder for them to leave the faith without losing important family connections. Number 10. Avoiding entertainment and media with worldly themes. Jehovah's Witnesses are taught to be extremely cautious about the entertainment that they consume. Movies, music, and books with themes of violence, magic, or worldly pursuits, even if not directly immoral, are discouraged. Sorry, no Harry Potter, kids, and no Cocomelon either. Don't worry. JW.org has plenty of wholesome kids' cartoons and family entertainment for your viewing pleasure. The reasoning is that these worldly influences can lead to corruption or take time away from spiritual activities. Many witnesses self-censor their entertainment, avoiding anything not explicitly approved by the organization, creating an insular bubble of controlled media consumption that keeps members' distance from outside influences.